Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emeka Ogwonye. I am the founder of DPA, which stands for Due Process Advocates International Foundation. I would like to address the members of DPA tonight, being 7th of October. The subject matter of my address is my encounter with the Nigerian Police Abuja Command. For those of you who have been in this organization with us for some time, you would recall that in 2016, our organization was invited to look into the disappearance of a woman in Abuja. That woman's name was Charity Ayedebo. We looked into that case and we made pronouncements, some of which were posted on Facebook, on our wall on Facebook. Even though some of the things I said were distorted, the fact remained that we were critical of the manner in which the Nigerian police was pursuing the investigation. We also complained that the husband of Chacha ought to be more of a suspect than he had been treated by the Nigerian police. Through our effort, we got to hear about the discovery of an unknown, unidentified human remains in Abuja around the time that Chacha went missing. That's Chacha's Charity. Naturally, we wondered if that person would be Charity. Our investigation and our inquiries suggested that the remains belonged to Chacha. Because the discovery was made by the Nigerian Police, Abuja Command, we did not see the need to inform the police of what they actually discovered and inform the world. In other words, we became aware of the remains through the work of the Nigerian Police, Abuja Command. So there was no need for us to try to re-inform the police of something they already knew. We published on Facebook a picture of the remains, and we said that it's likely to be Charity's body. The Abuja Command did not speak to me or ask any questions. What they did was to send their men to come to Lagos and to arrest me on July 1st, 2016. I was arrested from Lagos, taken to Abuja, detained overnight, asked to make a statement about what I said. I explained myself in the statement. Apparently, the police arrested me on a charge of concealment, even though they never explained to me what I was supposed to have concealed. But the police, from the beginning, was clearly more interested in silencing me than in knowing what I know, or in understanding the analytical process that led me to the conclusions and projections that I made. There was one thing they wanted: to silence me, to silence DPA, and to continue the way they were doing. The most strange thing was that after I was arrested, the police exposed me to the husband of Chacha, the woman that was missing, for him to interrogate me. Under normal circumstances, that man should never have met me. But I was exposed to him. I was exposed to his machinations. And David was tracking my movement from that moment. I maintained my position. David knew more than he was saying, and that David should be a suspect in the case, and that there was a motive, that there was evidence of motive for his culpability. These were my theories, these were my hunches, they were based on investigation that we did. So the police released me on bail on July 2nd, 2016. and kept me under bail for 2 years. That was a major constraint and restriction on my movement, on my liberty, on my freedoms. And yet, for those 2 years, the police spent time denying every finding and every suggestion we made. On July 6, 2018, fast forward, or rather, before July, sometime in June, the police paraded 2 men, claiming that they were the men that killed the woman, Charity, and that the women had confessed. Well, if those men had confessed, that would set David completely free. We had no problem with that. Our interest was in finding the truth in what happened to Charity. But there was something very troubling about the police parade. The police paraded these suspects. One of them had a wound to his forehead, and none of them had access to lawyers. These men were arrested, detained for more than a week or 2 weeks before they were paraded, and throughout that period they were not given access to lawyers. So we suspected that the work of the police was wrong. It was done publicly. The police paraded them publicly. We got the pictures from their public parade. We have rights as citizens of this country to speak out, to ask, to question what the police was doing publicly. It was in that context that I questioned the parade and we, DPA, questioned the parade, the manner it was done. We questioned the intents of the intentions of the police. We questioned their conclusions, and we asked questions why these people did not have access to lawyers, and we questioned whether the confessions were voluntary. We also questioned the competency of the Nigerian Police, Abuja Command. Our comments on these things on Facebook annoyed the police. On July 6th, when I was attending a court in another case they filed against me for what I said, they arrested me, took me to the office of the Commissioner of Police, and that was Police Commissioner Bello then. And they took me to the office of a man called the AC Lego, an Assistant Police Commissioner of Police, James Dashaba. Mr. Dashaba, without anything, automatically ordered for me to be detained. Mr. Dashaba violated my right. Mr. Dashaba violated my rights. I was detained in a place called Abattoir. And that is what I want to talk to you about. Abattoir is a secret prison Nigerian Police, Abuja Command maintains. It is a place where they torture people. It's a place where they kill people. The sort of torturing they do there will make the Gestapos and the Nazis look kind. They shoot people. They fire live ammunition into people. People are detained without documentation. They tie up the hands and put people through extreme torture. Starve them and demand money before their cases could be charged to court. As a result, many people are in that place detained for months and years. It is evil. It is unconstitutional for the police to run a prison. The police should never run a prison, but Nigerian police run a prison. What they do in Abattoir makes what happened in Libya a child joke. They starve and torture and torment people and demand for money in order for them to be charged to court. Otherwise, you tell me, why would Nigerian police be detaining suspects for months, years? Why? It is evil. It is a crime. It is a crime against humanity. And that crime is being committed by Nigerian police. It's a grave humanitarian disaster today in Abattoir. I don't know the words I could use to describe Abattoir in order to convey to you the extreme gruesome nature of bestiality that happens there. Nigerian police killing innocent people, torturing and detaining them. I was locked up on a Friday, July 6th. I was ultimately exposed to the men that said confessed for the killing of Charity. I had the opportunity of speaking with one of them. I spoke with two of them, but one of them I spoke with extensively. I was shocked by what he said. He told me, and I believe him, that he never knew who Charity looked like. He had no idea what that woman looked like until the moment the police handed him her picture on the parade ground and asked him to hold the picture and say he killed her. He told me he was tortured and he fainted 3 times. And he was given the option to confess or die. He requested for the services of DPA in writing. He engaged DPA right from the cell. And DPA will pursue his case. But what I'm telling Nigerians, and which Nigerians should know, is that Nigerian Police Abuja Command are committing extreme atrocities. No word is sufficient for me to describe what they're doing. They're collecting 200,000 naira from inmates in order to charge their cases to court. If their cases are charged to court, the judges will either remand them in prison, acquit them or whatever, but going to court means ending the brutal regime of the police that torment these people. Nigerians must know this. Nigerians must know what the police are capable of, what they're actually doing, not just capable of. Now, can they pretend they don't know? Does the IG know about this? Does the Inspector General of Police of Nigeria know that his policemen are running illegal prisons, torturing people and killing people? We have the list of people. I have lists of inmates. Those I was able to collect their names. This is from Emmanuel Edoga, one of the suspects. He used this to retain the services of DPA and he signed it. There are more. I met people with bullet wounds shot at by Nigerian police as part of torture. I met people with paralyzed arms, process of torture. I heard about disappearance of inmates. On the 10th of July, I witnessed one of the inmates die. He died right in front of me. I asked them his name. They said he had no name. Nigerian police arrest people, detain them without record, without names, so that they can disappear them. Now I speak to all Nigerians and I speak to our dear Vice President because he recently did something about reforms in the Nigerian police. I want him to know he needs to reach deep enough. What is going on in the Nigerian police is criminality, extreme criminality, extreme callous murder of innocent people. In speaking today, I knew the risks I took. For 3 months, I have weighed in my mind how to deal with this. One choice was for me to run away from this country and then speak from outside this country. But if we all run because of these things, who will stay back to speak? I knew that if I speak, I will be in trouble, but I also knew that if I were silent, I would be in trouble. The Abuja Police Command had drawn a line in the sand against me. In fact, I learned there was a plot to kill me in detention. And the way they wanted to carry out that plot was to have a fellow inmate kill me, and then they would feign innocence. I have spent 3 months in anguish, in deep pains based on what I know, which I dared not speak. But we got a point where I cannot endure